Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sport. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.
Welcome back to Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Talk Show hosts. Today we had been speaking with Lynda Sunshine West, who spoke to us about how breaking through fears for a year set the foundation of her running a very successful publishing company. And so there are so many themes that Lynda introduced in her discussion with us all. And one of the first things is how easily, some of these behaviors or thinking patterns and perspectives that we develop as children and in our environments can shape the rest of our lives, whether positively or negatively. And so when she shared about when she didn't feel loved or, valued, then she felt that she really needed to be a people pleaser. She had to do and say all the things that would make people want her around so that she wouldn't be rejected. And I can relate to some of that thought process because growing up the way that I did, we were not necessarily allowed to be with the world that was outside of our religion. So when I became an adult, I didn't feel like I belonged. I felt like an outcast. I didn't feel that, I could relate. And so I found myself contorting to fit in. And there is no authenticity when you have to bend to fit in with anyone, any way of thinking, just to be accepted. And so her year of living through her fears, that all in itself, just whether she sees it or not, she was truly fearless because even if something came through when she woke in the next morning, and she asked herself that question, like, what do I fear, like right now? And then she didn't let anything stop her from addressing that particular fear. There's not many of us who can do that for 365 days, and so it's such an inspiration. But then digging deeper to find out what those underlying fears are. Self-judgment. How many of us feel that we are judged by others? I know I used to feel that all the time, and sometimes I still feel that way, which sort of prevents me from attending these social events. And my first secret knock that Lynda shared with me, the opportunity, I got there and I didn't feel like I belonged. Are people watching me? What are they saying about me? So it's so easy for us to fall in this self-criticality, judging ourselves. And then are we then also judging others because of what that we feel inside that we want to project on others? So being able to address our fears, to peel back the layers to find out what is that truly overarching theme as to why we have these fears is critical in order for us to be able to step past it. It doesn't mean that fears won't continue to show up in our lives, but it at least gives us the tools that we can use that would not let it impede our forward momentum. And Lynda has just been such an amazing inspiration in her story, going from not being a writer to orchestrating, writing for so many women who have been in her anthologies or who have written solo books. She has just been such an inspiration for so many women. And again, it goes back to, let me go back and assess, why am I thinking the way that I do? What am I going to do about it? I'm going to be open to people who has my best interests in mind and accept this constructive criticism so that I can continue to make myself better, so that I can continue to move forward. And then as people dive down deep into those things that really make them that brilliant person, they're then able to share that impact with others. They're able to help others grow beyond those fears that are holding them back. And to bridge that to what I do. So again, as leaders, sometimes we're so afraid that the people that we lead, they're going to take our job. And so you start holding back on growing your people. But you need to understand that when people have the drive to excel, to exceed their own expectations, when they aspire, there is nothing that you can do to hold them back. So I have always just been so willing to share with my teams. Whatever I know, you can have it. What I don't know, I will find out. And so I can help you because I'm this resource. I'm this service to you. And so that, because what my team does well is a reflection on me. And what they do not do well is also a reflection on me. A lot of leaders don't think this particular way. So in leadership, we need to always address our own fears and make sure that we are transparent with ourselves, vulnerable with our teams, so that we can lead them to greatness, to exceed expectations. And then in another area in which I help is, again, for women who are transitioning from corporate to their own business. One of the biggest fears is writing their own paycheck. The other thing is, I'm going to jeopardize my stability, my safety, my multi-six-figure income. Well, the pandemic has shown us that there is no guaranteed job. There is no guaranteed salary. There is no safety. You have to create the environment, the safety that you desire. And so if you would like to know more, you can reach me at www.lynnettellaroche.com. Again, that's www.lynnettellaroche.com. It has been really great being your host on the Fabulous Lifestyle Talk Show. And make sure that you subscribe to our channel so that you'll have access to streamed episodes on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, as well as the Android app. We are affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports, and we're reaching 5 million households all over the greater Los Angeles area. So please check us out for our next episode, and I'll talk with you then. I'm Lynette LaRoche.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.